Spirits are up in Britain. Brits have spent an extra £108 million on the hard stuff in the supermarkets in the past year, and almost half of that's come from just one drink. Gin is in. Bartenders bored by vodka have been eyeing classic cocktail books like this for inspiration. For chaps like Sam here, Harry Craddock's Savoy cocktail book is up there with the Bible.
In this book there's about 600 cocktails, 4 of them were vodka, about 150 were gin. So naturally they would have been flicking through the book and gone, gin would have been their most predominant spirit, so they would have taken inspiration from this.
The Bombay brand has contributed most to gin's growth, as the number of so-called craft gins on the market has exploded, made by people like the folks here from Warner Edwards, a business now worth £3 million a year. Just don't call them craft distillers.
I am an independent, small batch, handmade distiller. You know, we like the word craft, but we also hate it because it's abused. What is craft? No one can tell you what craft is. No one will ever define craft because the big boys will always legislate to make sure it's never defined.
You don't have to be a farmer distilling with your own homegrown botanicals as Tom does to call yourself craft. So maybe the grocer can make his own gin. All we need is some juniper, some coriander, a few other bits and pieces and some neutral spirit. We could even get Natalie here to make it for us.
We have over 15 inquiries a week now for new customers wanting gins. They range from microbreweries up to super premium brands and supermarkets as well.
But what should we put in our gin? Our friend Jake from Portobello Rd Gin is going to help us come up with a recipe.
We've made it very easy for you. We've made gins for about 17,000 people since we opened. We've distilled each of the botanicals individually, so you can now pick which botanicals you want to use, and we mix those distillers together and make a own bespoke recipe.
We went for orange, lemon, lavender, and because of all the cuppers we get through in the office, Yorkshire Gold tea to produce the grocer's very own G&T. Get it? It gets a thumbs up from Jake, so it's back up to Langley to see Sion about producing our craft gin on a commercial scale. He's made gin from everything from lime to chocolate, so what about tea?
Of course, we can make anything here. So you know, that's the cool thing about gin. There's a lot of different recipes. You know, we can certainly give it a go.
But hang on a minute, something Jake said is bothering me.
The actual physical number of gin distilleries in the UK has more than doubled in the last 5 years. I think it must be reaching saturation point. I'm sure. I'm glad we launched when we did. I've not once been launching a new brand into such a crowded market now. That's for sure.
Maybe we'll stick to drinking gin and leave the distilling to the experts. Cheers!